going on, guys? PC here, and welcome to another episode of I'm Playing. Today I'm playing Wacky Races on the Sega Dreamcast. This is a kart racer, and a very good one at that. This is probably my favorite kart racer on the Dreamcast. There are only a few on the Dreamcast. There is South Park Rally, Looney Tunes Space Race, and this one, and I'd say this is my favorite out of those three, although I've never actually played South Park Rally, but I hear it's not very good. But I wanted to do something a little bit Christmas themed, and as you can see, there's a bunch of snow in the background there. That's because there are some snow levels in this game, which aren't exactly Christmas themed per se. I think there might be decorations, but I'm not really sure. But snow is normally associated with Christmas by a lot of people. I guess it really depends on where you are, but yeah, snow, Christmas, they kind of go together. But anyway, let's jump into this and we'll play a little bit and talk a little bit about the game. So let's go into options first off, because there is one unique thing that is really cool about this game. If you go into the graphics options, you'll notice that there is an option for widescreen. Yes, this is actually one of the very few Dreamcast games that supports widescreen, which is really, really cool. And another thing I wanted to show you is this black outline here. I highly recommend turning this off in the options, and that is because it will increase the frame rate. It doesn't really make a whole lot of difference in the graphics. You can actually see it in the background there. On, off, on, off. It's a very slight difference, and I recommend turning it off because it will increase the frame rate, especially when there's a lot of things happening on the screen at once. So yeah, go and turn that off if you're going to play the game. You will get a lot smoother experience. So let's jump into a game I've already started here. And if you don't know, this game is based off of the Wacky Races television show, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, which I always used to like as a kid. So it's got all the classic characters, and it's got all the voices, which is really cool, including the narrator. So it really does feel a lot like you're playing the cartoon, which is really awesome for fans of the show. There are a couple different handling styles. I'm not really sure what the difference is. I've only ever played kart because it is a kart racer, so naturally I picked kart. I don't really know what the difference is, so don't ask. But anyway, let's go over to the snow levels here. We'll just go through all of those since this is a Christmas themed episode. So we'll go to the track challenge, which I believe is the regular racing. Alright, so we have Snow La Costa, Snow Hope Village, and Gruesome Towers, I think, and Glacier Lake. I think that's it. Oh no, there's Ice Caverns as well. Okay, so there are quite a few different ones. Let's go and start with the first one here, Snow La Costa.
And now, here they are, the most daredevil group of daffy drivers to ever whirl their wheels in the Wacky Races, competing for the title of World's Wackiest Racer.
I love how they have the actual narrator from the show. That's a really nice touch. So one cool thing is each character in this game actually has their own set of weapons, unique set of weapons, which is really nice. So you're picking your characters not just based on the stats, like the speed, acceleration, and all that. You can pick them based off of which weapons you like the best as well, which is really cool. And you can actually assign the different weapons to different buttons, so however you like to have your buttons laid out, you can have it exactly the way you want it, which is really nice. So this guy has Ejecto Log, which I believe is basically just a missile type of thing, except it's a log. Hover Wagon, I believe that's a speed boost type of thing. And Shield Shack, which is a shield basically, that's shaped like a shack. Anyway, let's start up here.
3, 2, 1, go! And away they go!
So how you use weapons in this game is actually quite unique. Instead of just being able to pick up weapons and different items that you find on the track, you pick up tokens. And each one of your abilities uses a certain amount of tokens. Usually about, I believe, 3 tokens is what it costs. You actually start out with some tokens, I believe. I have 2 right now, as you can see in the bottom left corner of the screen there. Let me try my ejecto log on someone here. There we go. And what's cool is when you hit an enemy with a weapon, they will drop some of their tokens. So you can actually prevent them from using one of their abilities and gain some tokens for yourself. So there's quite a bit of strategy in the game, which is cool. Although there is quite a bit of, I'd say, rubber banding in this game, as is usual with a lot of kart racers. You get hit with one thing and a million people pass you. But that's pretty typical. Get rid of that guy here.
You're in first place.
Yes, I am. But this game is really phenomenal. It's one of the best kart racers I've ever played. It doesn't quite beat out Mario Kart. I'm a huge fan of Mario Kart. But it is really good, and it's a fantastic looking game. As you can see, the cell shading is really awesome looking. Between the sound effects and the narrator and the voices, the graphics and everything, it looks and sounds just like the cartoon, which is fantastic. Let me try one of my other abilities here. Let me try the hover thing. I believe that's, yeah, it's kind of a speed boost, I believe. Oh, maybe not. I guess it isn't a speed boost. It just allows you to go over the other characters, which is actually kind of unique. So as you can see, the frame rate is quite nice. I think this game might be 60 frames per second. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I do have a list I've been compiling of the various games on the Dreamcast that do run at 60 frames per second. And there are a lot of them. I have over 100 in the list so far. I'm trying to get a complete list. I forget whether this game is on it or not, but it actually runs pretty smooth. I think it is 30 though. Like I said, it does slow down quite a bit when there's a lot going on the screen, but turning those black outlines off definitely helps a lot. You can probably see that the frame rate is keeping up quite nicely, so. Oh boy. Come on. Think I can do this? Yes! Alright. Sweet. Okay, so this level actually does have some Christmas theme. As you can see in the background, there's a Christmas tree with a star on the top there, so that's pretty neat.
3, 2, 1, go! And away they go! Nothing's... The bulletproof bomb moves up a position. I say, Zep.
Yeah, those black outlines really do slow the game down quite a bit. Because it's running extremely smooth. And the amount of characters on the screen is usually a lot when you first start the race. Obviously, everyone's all bunched together, so usually if you do use the black outlines, which is the default option, it's usually on. It'll chug along quite a bit at the beginning of the race because everyone's all clustered together like that. Ow! Alright, let's try my hover thing. Try and get above everyone. I think that actually might slow me down a little bit. Yeah, didn't really help much. Kind of a waste of tokens. But I do like the token system. It makes this game stand out from other kart racers that are out there. Because traditionally, you just have weapons that are scattered around the track, and you pick them up and you can use them. But this one actually has a little bit of a strategy element to it, where you can use the tokens for whatever you want. Would you rather have a shield? Would you rather use a weapon? Oh, it's actually a tracking missile. That's cool. Or would you rather have a speed boost? Now, generally, I find the speed boost is the best thing to use. I actually might try one of the other characters after this on the next race. One of the ones that actually does have a speed boost. Because I find that that's generally the best thing to do, because you can use a weapon, get one person out of the way, but if you use a speed boost, you can usually shoot ahead of everyone pretty quickly, as long as you're not way behind anyway.
And here are the Wacky Racers again.
And if you store up your tokens, you can continue to use speed boosts over and over again. I believe you can hold up to, I think it might be 8 is the maximum amount of tokens that you can hold at once.
Brilliant! You came in first place.
But you can do a few speed boosts with that, so.
And the winner is Wheels and the Wacky Racers.
Alright, so I jumped to the final track in the snow level here. This is the Ice Caverns, I believe it's called. Which is quite cool. Really nice looking track. Out of my way! So as I said, there are a few different kart racers on the Dreamcast. Looney Tunes Space Race is a very close second, but I like the variety of weapons in this game. Whereas with Looney Tunes Space Race, all the characters have the same weapons, so you don't have nearly the variety of weapons in that game. And of course it has just the traditional pick up a weapon and use it system, rather than the tokens, which not quite as creative. And I also find there's just a lot more going on in this game. There's just so much chaos. It's fantastic. I love it. Whereas Looney Tunes Space Race seems to be a lot more tame. A little more laid back, I guess you could say. I just love this one because it's, well, wacky. It lives up to the name.
Now it's the Army Surplus Special marching up fast.
I actually forgot to change my character, so I won't be able to show you the speed boost, but oh well. Well, maybe I'll do one more race after this, what the heck. And I'll pick one of the other characters. Let me try the shield here. Yeah, it just kind of puts you in a little hut, or a shed, whatever you want to call it. Protects you from any weapons that are coming at you.
Hello there, Penelope, my dear. And it's the final stretch. The Wacky Racers.
I'm doing pretty good here.
Wacky Race.
There we go. Man, first place 3 times in a row. I think I got first on the last one. I believe so. But yeah, alright. We'll change to a different track and I'll show you one of the other characters. Alright, so I picked Peter Perfect this time, which is, I believe, the fastest character in the game. So he has Super Rubber Shield, Bouncing Tire Shot, and Super Rubber Mines. Oh, maybe he doesn't have a speed boost. Or maybe it's the Bouncing Tire Shot? No, I would think that would be a weapon. Yeah, oh well. At least I got to show you a different character anyway.
3, 2, 1, go!
So he should be quite a bit faster than Mr. Buzzcut there. So this is Gruesome Towers, I believe, is the track name. That's kind of a Haunted Mansion vibe here. That's kind of cool.
I say, old chap, would you mind pulling over so that I may pass?
I have played all these tracks, but I don't remember this one as much. I believe I did play through the entire game and beat everything. Or at least got close anyway. There's quite a bit of content in this game. There are a lot of different tracks. And yeah, tons of weapons. It's just a lot of variety in this game overall, which is really cool. This is not just a Mario Kart clone, far from it. They put a lot of thought into this game, made it very unique and very different from other kart racers. It definitely has its own style, which is cool to see. Now, let me try and use one of these abilities here. There's no one in front of me. Well, ow. Now there is. Let me try the weapon here. Yeah, it's basically just a tracking missile. Same thing as the log that I had before. Let me try one of the other ones here as a mine. I'm not actually going to be able to see that in action because I dropped it behind me, but I'm going to assume it acts just like a mine. And we have the tire thing, which is some type of shield, I believe. Yeah, it just makes my tires really big.
Would you mind pulling over so that I may pass?
Whoops, hit the tombstone. Whoop.
Thanks ever so much for letting me pass. With only a few miles to go to the finish line, the drivers give it all they've got. Nothing's happening. I'm coming.
Down a mine here. Oh, I actually did see it there. The mine actually bounced on top of that guy, which is interesting, since mines usually don't bounce. I'm not going to win this race. Oh well. It was an admirable try anyway. But yeah, anyway, this has been Wacky Races on the Dreamcast. I cannot recommend this kart racer enough. If you like kart racers, you will love Wacky Races. It's a fantastic game. It looks great. It sounds great. It's just a ton of fun. Highly recommended. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.
Try this challenge again. You can do it.
How embarrassing.